Run to the Hills is a song by the English heavy metal band Iron Maiden. It was released as their sixth single and the first from the band's third studio album, The Number of the Beast. Credited solely to the band's bassist, Steve Harris, although significant contributions were made by lead vocalist Bruce Dickinson, it remains one of their most popular songs, with VH1 ranking at number 27 on their list of the 40 greatest metal songs and number 14 on their list of the greatest hard rock songs. A live version of the song, From Live After Death, was released in 1985 and the original single was reissued in 2002, with all income donated to former drummer Clive Burr's trust fund. Composition: due to his previous band, Samson's, contractual issues, Dickinson could not be credited for any of his contributions made during the writing of The Number of the Beast. Although bassist Steve Harris alone receives credit for the song, Dickinson states that he made a moral contribution to the song, in addition to Children of the Damned, and The Prisoner from the same album. While speaking at the IBM Smarter Business Conference in Stockholm on October 10, 2012, Dickinson revealed that parts of the song are based on The Rising Six, inspired by a documentary he watched which explored why My Way was one of the most popular recorded songs. Themes: the song documents the conflict between European settlers in the New World and Native American tribes during the days of colonization and later westward expansion. The song is written from both perspectives, covering the natives' viewpoint in the first verse and the Europeans in the rest of the song. Original 1982 release: the song was released as a single on February 12, 1982. More than 5 weeks prior to the album's release on March 22, 1982. The single marked Iron Maiden's debut release with new vocalist Bruce Dickinson. Total Eclipse was selected as the single's B-side over the song Gangland, which in turn would appear on the initial version of the album. The band later regretted this decision, with Steve Harris commenting, "We chose the wrong track as the B-side. I think if Total Eclipse had been on the album instead of Gangland, it would have been far better." The song was added to the Number of the Beast album when it was remastered in 1998, and was also included in the original Japanese version. It is the second of 3 single covers featuring Derek Riggs' depiction of Satan, which debuted on Purgatory, and later appeared on the Number of the Beast covers. According to Riggs, the idea behind the original Run to the Hills cover was based around the idea of a power struggle in hell, in which the band's mascot, Eddie, battles Satan with a tomahawk. Other releases: in 1985, a live version of Run to the Hills, taken from Live After Death, was released as the band's 13th single, along with live versions of Phantom of the Opera, and Loss for Words as its B-sides. According to Riggs, he was asked to paint a cover illustration both Run to the Hills, and Phantom of the Opera, and so the artwork depicts Eddie as the Phantom in a hilly landscape. Following former drummer Clive Burr's announcement that he was suffering from multiple sclerosis, Run to the Hills was released again in 2002 to raise money for the newly established Clive Burr's Trust Fund. 2 variations were issued, the original studio version and a live version taken from the Rock in Rio concert, with different B-sides. Appearances in media: an all-star cover version of the song is found on the 2005 tribute album Numbers from the Beast, featuring Robin McAuley on vocals, Michael Schenker and Pete Fletcher on guitars, Tony Franklin on bass and Brian Tiki on drums. The all-female tribute band the Iron Maidens recorded the song on their 2005 debut album, World's Only Female Tribute to Iron Maiden. Former Babes in Toyland singer and guitarist Kat Jellen's Catastrophe Wife covered the song in their Heart On EP in 2007. The song was covered in 2008 by Sign on the tribute CD Made in Heaven, a tribute to Iron Maiden released by Kerrang! Magazine. The Swedish lounge metal band Hellsongs included a cover version on their 2008 album Hymns in the Key of 666. In 2009, the eventual Swedish Idol 2009 series winner Eric Gra Paragraph NWALL sang it during the live shows and released it as a single in the same year, which peaked at number 23 in the Swedish singles chart. Progressive metal band Dream Theater covered the song Live, along with the entire The Number of the Beast album, and released it as an official bootleg in 2006. The song is also featured in the soundtracks of several video games, including SSX on Tour as the title's main theme, and Grand Theft Auto: The Lost and Damned. In addition, a cover version is featured in Rock Band, in which it received an impossible difficulty rating, while the original version was made available via download in June 2009. Track listing: 1982 7 inches single, Run to the Hills Euro 351, Total Eclipse Euro 424, 1982 12 Marxi, Run to the Hills Euro 351, Total Eclipse Euro 424, 1985 7 single, Run to the Hills Euro 403, Phantom of the Opera Euro 727, 1985 12 single, Run to the Hills Euro 403, Phantom of the Opera Euro 725, Lost for Words Euro 414, 2002. 7 inches limited single, Run to the Hills Euro 351, Total Eclipse Euro 424, 2002 CD single, Part 1. This version contains a live version of the song taken from the Rock in Rio live album, while the B-sides were recorded at the Hammersmith Odeon, London on March 20, 1982. The live video is also from the Rock in Rio concert. Run to the Hills Euro 500, Children of the Damned Euro 434, Total Eclipse Euro 359, Run to the Hills, Part 2. This version contains the studio version of the song Run to the Hills, while the B-sides were recorded live at the Reading Festival on August 28, 1982. It also includes the Camp Chaos version of the Run to the Hills music video. Run to the Hills Euro 356, 22 Acacia Avenue Euro 634, The Prisoner Euro 556, Run to the Hills, European edition. This version was released in mainland Europe, and contained 5 tracks drawn from the 2 UK releases above. Run to the Hills Euro 501, Run to the Hills Euro 354, The Prisoner Euro 556, Children of the Damned Euro 434, Run to the Hills. Personnel 1982 studio single production credits are adapted from the 7-inch vinyl cover. Bruce Dickinson lead vocals, Steve Harris bass, Dave Murray guitar, Adrian Smith guitar, Clive Burr drums. Production: Martin Birch producer, engineer, Derek Riggs cover illustration, Ross Huffin photography. 1985 live single production credits are adapted from the 7-inch vinyl, and 12-inch vinyl covers. Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson lead vocals, Steve Harris bass, backing vocals, Dave Murray guitar, Adrian Smith guitar, backing vocals, Nico McBrain drums. Production: Martin Birch producer, engineer, mixing, Derek Riggs cover illustration. 2002 studio/live single Bruce Dickinson lead vocals, Steve Harris bass, backing vocals, Dave Murray guitar, Adrian Smith guitar, backing vocals, Janik Gurz guitar, Nico McBrain drums. Chart performance. Notes re-release of all 4 singles as part of the first 10 years box set. Exceeded the length limit of the UK singles chart. See also, List of anti-war songs. Notes. External links, full lyrics of this song at Metro Lyrics.